You tapping in real quick, something light, nothing major. We just gonna chop it up for a few minutes about a couple fights, two fights that I want absolutely nothing to do with as far as betting and parlaying is concerned. You understand what I'm saying to you? Unless we're talking about haymakers or Hail Marys. The first one, Treasan versus Antonio, and I'm on the side of the dog. Antonio, to be the one to get this one done in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Maybe it's a split majority or unanimous decision. Maybe he happens to find a finish inside the distance. But it is what it is. And nothing about the body of work produced by Treasan Gore, or the lack thereof, justifies him being almost minus 200 against anybody inside the UFC octagon. You understand what I'm saying to you? Old boy's 4-2, up against opposition with combined records of 23 wins and 6 losses. Just has not been up against it in any way, shape, form, or fashion as of yet. And that's just that with that. As far as legitimate levels of opposition are concerned, man. He has one knockout win, 2 submission wins, and 1 decision win. 1 knockout loss and 1 decision loss, man. Antonio, nothing magnificent about this young man. He's 5 inches taller, and he has a 5-inch reach advantage. So the height and the reach advantage, very much so, will work to his advantage in this matchup, man. Treasan's 30, Antonio's 33, so Treasan possesses a 3-year youth advantage for what it's worth. But at 30 and 33, also for what it's worth, both of these young men, are very much so in their prime. And we will, again, for what it's worth, be getting the absolute best that these 2 young men had to offer on Saturday. And again, Antonio, 5 inches taller, 5 inches in the reach department, 12-4, up against opposition with combined records of 118 wins and 48 losses. So he has been up against it a bit more, what I'm talking about. And but he does have quite a few more fights too. So it is what it is. 3 knockouts, 5 subs, and 4 decisions. Been knocked out twice and lost via decision twice. The experience edge, for what it's worth, is on Antonio's side, as well as some physical attributes. The 5 inches in height and the 5 inches in reach. And I will take all of those advantages in this level of mixed martial arts. Give me the dog tag all day, every day, and we'll see where the dice lay. You know what I'm talking about? CR versus GB. Don't know how to pronounce these 2 individuals' names. You know what I'm talking about? It is what it is. Neither one of them have really been up against it in any way, shape, form, or fashion as of yet. With that being said, the boy CR, he did, prior to his last fight on the amateur circuit prior to becoming a professional, was against David Onama, and he fought David Onama to a 3-round decision. You know what I'm talking about? And if I'm not mistaken, that was both of their last fights prior to entering the pro circuit. That was their last fights on the amateur circuit. If I'm not mistaken, it was definitely CR's last fight. And he took a loss via decision to David Onama. Then he really fought nobody of any significance and took that loss to Tavares. On the other side, GB has really fought nobody of any significance in any way, shape, form, or fashion on any circuit. You understand what I'm saying to you? As an amateur or as a professional. He does have some kickboxing and Muay Thai experience, so maybe individuals feel like that might come into play in this matchup. But again, as far as mixed martial arts is concerned, he's fought absolutely nobody of any significance as far as levels of opposition are concerned. And he took the loss to Marcus, man. Now, I personally, as of right now, do feel like the loss to Marcus is a better loss than the loss to Tavares. I like Marcus. I haven't been on the wrong side of Marcus yet. I had Marcus wrapping up old boy that was 25-4 or 24-5 or whatever the fuck he was from the other side of things. And that's very much so what happened. He got him out of there, I think, via KO, TKO, inside the distance, or via submission. I can't remember how that one happened right now off the top of my head, but he did get him out of there inside the distance. And rightfully so, man. Marcus was the better and more dangerous fighter in that matchup. It is what it is, man. The loss to Marcus, I personally rate that as of right now a better loss than the loss to Tavares. But outside of that, again, he fought nobody of any significance prior to that loss to Marcus. At least CR fought David Onama on the amateur circuit in his last fight on the amateur circuit prior to becoming a pro to a 3-round decision. You understand what I'm saying to you? Take that for what it's worth. One thing has nothing to do with the other, but it's all worth consideration in my personal opinion, man. And I'm on the side of CR in this one, which is a, you know, favorite. I think he's around a -200 favorite right now. And I don't necessarily agree with that. This level of mixed martial arts, these two individuals should be a pick'em, -110 on the money line, or looking a little bit more similar to the Zaleski and Nicholas money line. You understand what I'm saying to you? But for what it's worth, you know what I mean? I'm on the side of Antonio for the reasons I said. Give me the slight experience edge. Give me the physical attributes as far as the height and the reach, 5 inches in both of those departments. And I do believe him to be also the slightly more dangerous individual out of the two. So I'll take all of those physical attributes and advantages in this matchup with a dog tag next to it. And as far as CR and GB, it should be a pick'em. If you ask me, you know what I'm talking about? GB has fought absolutely nobody of any significance in any way, shape, form, or fashion on any circuit for any promotion. Not on the amateurs, not in the pros. You understand what I'm saying to you? He fought Marcus, and he took that loss. At least on the other side with CR, you know, he did fight David Onama, like I said, on the amateur circuit for what it's worth. We know what level of opposition David Onama has proven to be in this division. And he did fight him to a 3-round decision prior to making his pro debut. Since then, it is what it is, man, and he lost to Tavares. But I'm going to go ahead and side with him for what it's worth. That's why I'm with who I'm with in these two matchups, but it's also why they are complete fucking passes as far as betting and parlaying, unless we're talking about haymakers or Hail Marys for the prelims, trying to sweep the whole prelim card, or, you know, haymakers, Hail Marys for the whole card. And for whatever reason, we want these fights involved. Maybe it's because we're on the app and we're trying to hit the whole 13 fights or something. I can dig it. But other than that, leave this shit alone, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Peace and blessings.